There's a place in Canada located less than 100 miles away from America that is one of the most expensive cities in the entire world. In fact, it's so expensive that just to own a one-bedroom apartment, someone needs to be making at least $150,000 a year. So today, I'll show you exactly what it's like from food to transit and even some of the best things to do while you're here. So the question is, how much will $100 actually get you? Or better yet, will I end up going over budget? Well, there's only one way to find out. Welcome to Toronto. It is extremely cold today. So I'll be honest, I've actually been living in Toronto for about the last 4 years. I know, I'm not a tourist like in my normal videos. But this means I'm going to be giving you the most realistic perspective on the city where I can show you things that you probably would have never known otherwise. Can I help you, sir? What are you doing? Get out here. Wah! Out, out, out. Go, go, go. As well, I'm going to be basing this off of 100 American dollars, which would get you about 137 of these colorful Canadian dollars. And if you're not from America, 100 pounds would get you $170. 100 euros would be about 146. So basically, you're getting an insane discount by just traveling to Canada. But it looks like there's only one thing left to do. Now, looking at a map, Toronto is a massive city at first glance. But in reality, this is actually what the city of Toronto looks like. Now, I'm going to assume you're a tourist and you just landed at the main airport. So the first expense you're going to have is the train to get downtown from the airport, which is going to cost you about 12 bucks. But after a 35-minute ride, you're going to end up downtown at Union Station. So now that you're actually here, there is a bunch of things that you could actually do. You're pretty much a 20-minute walk from anywhere in the downtown, and I've actually come up a list of things we're going to be doing today. I forgot the list. So I went ahead and I typed everything out, and as you can see, there is a lot we have to do today. So I thought we'd start off with the two best things that everybody needs to see. And I have a feeling you're gonna wanna stick around to see everywhere we go, because there's a very solid chance we're gonna be cutting it close to the $100 limit. When I said everything was 20 minutes walking distance away, I wasn't kidding, because pretty much the entire downtown is connected together with something called the path. And after making my way through the path, I ended up exactly where I wanted to be. That thing's really big. Behold, the tallest building in all of Canada and the entire Western Hemisphere. In Ripleys Aquarium, which is home to the world's largest horseshoe crab petting tank. I don't even know what that is. So normally the aquarium would cost you $44 and the CN Tower would cost you another $44. But because I'm a local, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. There's actually a package called See the Sky, which has the CN Tower and the aquarium for 73 bucks. You're only really saving $9 or something like that, but because we have a set budget, every dollar counts. And I'll be honest, I have yet to book my ticket, so we should probably go do that, but I think the first thing we're gonna do is the aquarium, and then we're gonna hit up the CN Tower, because apparently you need to actually book a time for that. So after navigating one of the most ancient websites possible, the total came out to $83.62. But at long last, it was time to start our day at the aquarium. Let's go. Oh. Hello, fishies. Hi there. Thank you. This is a very big fish tank. Oh my God. And it turns out that Ripleys Aquarium is actually Canada's largest indoor aquarium with tons of different animals from all around the world. And apparently there's some fish in here that are super weird, but the first thing I had to do was check out the map, because otherwise I would have no idea where I was going in this place. I have decided that this guy's name is Mr. Krabs. Can I get a Krabby Patty, sir? Why are you looking at me like that, dude? I see what you're doing. You just don't want to talk to me. Hello. Goodbye. So apparently you are a rock greenling. You're not very green, buddy. And at some point it occurred to me that the people in here probably thought I was insane, because I was speaking to some of the fish like they could actually hear me. I guess you could say that I am literally in the aquarium. Nemo, is that you? Look at them all. What are they doing? They're like a gang. And not only were some of these fish incredibly weird, but some of them also looked like they literally wanted to eat me, because this piranha was giving me the death stare. But one thing that was really upsetting is that in this entire aquarium, there was not a single fish that looked like Nemo. Oh, it's a shark. Why doesn't he just eat the other fish? Those things are terrifying, dude. What is that thing? Hello? What an interesting creature. I won't lie, I definitely had the intrusive thought at one point as to what would happen if I jumped in the tank, and I was also wondering why the sharks wouldn't eat any of the other fish, because to me, it just makes sense that they would do that. That is a big fish. It actually feels like you're under the water, which is super cool. You know, I feel bad for this guy. He's in the smallest tank, and he's literally just swimming in circles all day. Also, this jellyfish wall totally made me feel like Drake, and if you know, you know.
I can only mean one thing.
They have axolotls. Look at him. He's so cute. Hi there, little guy. And then there's this guy. Not nearly as cute.
Also, I realized this place made me feel like a total kid because as soon as I saw the tsunami simulator, obviously I had to use it.
I'll be honest, that was definitely money well spent. See you next time. Get it? See you? Okay, it's not funny. Open. Oh my God. I won't lie, the aquarium was actually super cool. I hadn't been there in years and I honestly recommend it to everybody. Now, the only thing that I didn't like about the place was the fact that they said they had the world record crab petting thing, but I literally could not find it anywhere. But now that it's 3:30, we are finally gonna check this thing out. And I forgot to mention, I am terrified of heights. Whoa. So this is the official record that the CN Tower was at one point the world's tallest freestanding structure in April of 1975 at 1,815 feet. That is insanely tall.
And I forgot to mention, these were no normal elevators. They went as fast as 20 miles an hour going straight up in the sky, and you could actually see through the floor below you, which is absolutely terrifying for anyone who hates heights like me.
Hello, welcome to main observation level. Please watch your steps.
That elevator ride was terrifying. Oh my God. We are literally at the same level as the helicopter over there. Oh my God.
And apparently on the CN Tower, you are so high up that on a completely clear day, you can see as far as 160 kilometers. Not to mention that you would have that view in any direction you look, from over the city to Lake Ontario, and it is truly beautiful, but also equally terrifying.
We are way too high up right now. Yeah, I don't like that. Nope. There should not be a window in something this high up. You know, I am all for tourist attractions, but this is way too high up. This should not be a thing.
Being this high up, I was able to see absolutely everything, including the planes taking off from the airport, and even the people down below looked like ants to me. Now, along with the crazy views, there's also a restaurant that served overpriced foods, but apparently it's pretty good. And there's also another part of the tower that is even higher up, but it costs more money, so we couldn't do that today.
Excuse me, are you still able to go outside, or is that like closed for renovations?
Yeah, for renovation.
For renovations? Ah, okay. So normally there's actually two levels. One level has like a glass floor where you can walk around outside, but unfortunately right now it is closed for renovations, so I can't show you guys. But literally just imagine a glass floor that you could stand on and see everything that is below you. I've done it once before and it is absolutely terrifying. I am blown away that we are literally taller than the clouds right now. I don't know how I haven't had a panic attack yet because I actually just hate heights.
But I'll be honest, that was enough heights for me today, so I headed back down below because we still have a ton of more things to do. And with less than half the budget remaining, things are gonna be pretty tight.
I won't lie, I'm pretty disappointed that you couldn't even go outside or to the glass floor because that is actually the main part of going up there. But you know what? I still think that both of them were worth the money.
So the next thing we had to do was head back towards Union Station because it was now finally time to go on the Toronto subway, which is one of the most dangerous subways in the world right now, and I really hate going on this thing.
Please have money on it, please have money on it. Oh, let's go. We are going northbound.
And if you don't believe me, there have been so many crimes on this subway in the last few months, including people being set on fire, pushed in front of trains, and a bunch of crazy stuff that I can't even tell you. And even personally, I've been attacked on the subway twice in the last year, but luckily we were only taking it a few stops and we got there completely unscathed.
Well, luckily nothing happened to me. There was a homeless guy who decided to sit right beside me, but he was one of the ones that wasn't aggressive, so it was totally okay. But unfortunately, most of the time on the subway, they're extremely aggressive, and that's why I don't like to take it.
But you know what? If you're a bit of a thrill seeker and you don't mind a little bit of danger, for only $3, you are definitely getting your dose. But now it was time for the next spot on our list.
So this area I'm at right now is completely out of our budget, but I still thought I'd show you guys in case you were interested. Pretty much this entire street I am on right now is considered the most expensive street in all of Canada. If any of you are familiar with New York, you know about 5th Avenue, which has every designer store possible. And this is Bloor Street, which is pretty much the exact equivalent.
And this part of Toronto is so expensive, you can find every single designer store possible in a 1-block radius. We've got Gucci, Chanel, Balenciaga, Holt Renfrew, Saint Laurent, Louis Vuitton, Rolex, Tiffany & Co, Alo, tons of G-Wagons, expensive cars, and there is just so much money I can't even begin to explain. But at least they have one of the best gelato spots in the entire city.
Can I get a medium chocolate gelato, please? I'll do a mix of chocolate and the Rocher one. Have a good one. So not many people know this about me, but gelato is one of my favorite desserts in the entire world. Even though this part of town is way out of my budget for everything, sometimes I'll make the trip up here just for this place. Because this gelato is some of the best I've had in my entire life. And that's saying a lot because I have been to Italy and this is pretty much on par with everything I've had there. But anyways, now that we're done with the gelato and everything up here, it's time for the next place on our list. And this is somewhere that you should avoid at all costs if you come to Toronto. For some reason, I see tons of people want to go here, but it is easily the most dangerous and trashiest part of the entire city. So allow me to show you why. For some reason, pretty much every single travel website says to check this place out if you're in Toronto. Please don't. First off, there is an injection center literally around the corner, so the amount of dangerous homeless people in this area is insane.
A lot of them are actually addicted to a ton of different substances, and unfortunately, this area has really just gone down the drain. First of all, there aren't even a lot of cops here. The crime rate is incredibly high just because of everything that goes on here. And even in the last 4 years, it has gotten way worse from when I first lived here. And I've even been attacked in this area once before, and I try and avoid it at all costs.
Do you feel safe in Dundas Square, or do you think it's kind of dangerous?
Well, I did see a man just yell "F you" at some car and give him double fingers, so like, no.
No, honestly. And one person was shouting right there just a few minutes ago. I don't feel safe here.
See what I mean? Even the locals don't feel safe here. Now, one thing that I will mention about Toronto as a city is it's really good for food because we have so many cultures. I'm pretty sure Toronto is one of the most diverse multicultural cities in the world. So you can get Korean, Italian, and pretty much any food that you could think of. And on top of that, what makes it even better is there's so many different food places at so many different prices. For example, you could go for stuff that is super expensive, but on the other hand, you could go to a place that serves food for only $5. And that's where I'm going to be bringing us right now. Welcome to Warehouse.
I'll be honest, I did get slightly bamboozled here because I haven't been to Warehouse in a few years now. So because of inflation and COVID and everything else going on in the world, prices have gone up just a little bit. I went with my go-to, which is the fingers and fries for $8.50. And as always, it turned out to be super good. But this place is incredible, especially for people wanting to dine cheap, or if you're from out of town and you're on a strict budget.
Anyways, now that we're done with Warehouse, it is time for the last two places on our list. And I have saved the most underrated and best ones for last. Almost all of the time, people overlook these two places, but I promise you, they are some of the best things you could do in all of Toronto. And the first one is a restaurant slash fast food place that everybody in Canada loves.
I'm not even joking when I say this because this place is actually a staple of just Canadian culture and everything about our country.
So if you have never heard of Tim Hortons before, it is basically the icon staple of Canada. For all you Americans, the best comparison would be Dunkin' Donuts, but even then, Dunkin' is absolute trash compared to this. Literally every Canadian on the face of the earth knows exactly what Timmy's is, and it is an absolute must-have if you visit Canada. Like, come on, these mini donuts, also known as Timbits, are unreal. Right here we got chocolate, and right here we got honey dip. And I know I already had gelato earlier, but come on, I can't pass these things up. Oh my god.
But now it is finally time for the last place on our list, and this is easily the most underrated location in all of Toronto, but it is definitely the best. For just $8.70, we were going to be getting on a ferry from downtown Toronto to Toronto Island, and easily as we cross the harbor, you get some of the most beautiful views of the entire city. Once you get to the island, it is literally like an entire new city because there are no cars anywhere, and all of the streets are actually sidewalks for the people that live there. But there is one main road that connects the entire island, but everyone that permanently lives there doesn't actually have a car. In fact, some of them actually commute by boat or they'll just take the ferry. And honestly, besides that, the reason why this place is so awesome is because it gives you an escape from the downtown. In the summer, people go to the beach, go camping, and there's even an amusement park on the island. But now I wanted to show you guys my favorite spot.
Hazard. Do not enter. Okay. Oh, that's sketchy. Okay, we're good.
And you know what? I thought I may as well go ahead and do the grand finale at my favorite spot in the entire city. And I guess it's time to answer the final question. How much money did we actually end up spending today? Well, before I get to that, I want to answer one final thing. A lot of people are probably wondering how much it actually costs to live here, and the average rent in the city is about $2,200 Canadian, which definitely isn't cheap on top of groceries and everything else. But now in terms of how much we actually ended up spending today was $94.12, which means we were able to do a ton of things and stay under the $100 limit. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go check out this one next because it is literally insane.